Hi everyone. The video just started on its own, so that's a good sign. I was just setting up my cute little space, set the vibe for our reading today. It is May 5th, 5/5, big numbers, numerology wise, and in tarot, big changes, big chance for opportunities. If you kind of bet on yourself, that's the mode I'm getting right now. Bet on yourself. I know I woke up yesterday and kind of started sorting my thoughts and said, you know, I think it's time to revisit my weekly schedule and how I go about what I go about. And it felt so good. I tell you, once I got it down on paper, I've got a bunch of signs that it was right on. And I didn't do a lot yesterday, but taking the time just to sort my thoughts, excuse me, really helped. What am I talking about? High Priestess just popped out the deck. Such a beautiful card and art on this deck. It doesn't come with an actual book, and the art is a little more positive than some decks, and some of these cards that might be hard challenges turn out to be good challenges. So this deck is really fun to play with, I'll tell you that much. So High Priestess, Sacred Knowledge, Chosen Ones. You've probably conquered a lot of journeys in your life. The knowledge that comes along with the High Priestess isn't a fly-by-night or born yesterday type of energy at all. The High Priestess is someone who has basically been schooled, is what I would say. There's a representation of so much knowledge on that card. So that was a great one to start with. Okay, we've got, yep, take a chance on you, take a chance on you. Is that a song? Six of Pentacles popped out. Big, beautiful bull Taurus energy right now that we're in. And Six of Pentacles is a celebration of fulfillment, not just career, not just love, not just anything. It's more, a lot of people say, you know, the external things being very abundant, but I think it's also being abundant within yourself and finding, kind of finding your sense of self again, if that's something you've been struggling with. And if you've gone through High Priestess moments, yeah, you've been challenged. We'll just leave it at that. You've been challenged. Excuse me. Confirmation. 10 of Wands is what we have next. Very fiery, creative, and more celebratory energy. I mean, anytime you see a 10 coming out anywhere, it's really like the infinity is always happening, but it's the end of the chapter before you jump into something new. And you've really done well at this chapter. You are a scholar. I don't know if you can see her holding the scrolls, and the owl energy is very intuitive, tied to the gods. And so there's something really big that you've been transforming within yourself and alchemizing right now. This is really beautiful energy. And this is a great example of this deck being really more positive sometimes, which feels perfect for today, and beautiful colors for spring. Oh, I just love it. So we've got the Five of Cups next. You can see the large ram and the beautiful mask in there, and the cups are overflowing and things are alive and good, and the mojo, it's like this card, I feel like I've just walked into some type of like really tropical rain garden or someone's backyard that's just like meticulously orchestrated with water fountains, and animals are abundant, and there's ponds for fish. And this is a turn in the most abundant, beautiful way. I mean, what a great card. Talk about celebrations. That is, we're celebrating. Let's see what we got on this deck. This deck is talking to us today, and I like it. Oh, excuse me. I like to sit on the couch because I'm a Taurus. Of course, I'm on the couch. I'm not going to be doing this at a desk ever. If I do, send help. Send help. Oh, we have Six of Swords. We are moving away from things that have been highly challenging, but we're going into better waters. And we're going into better waters in a way where the waters may not have felt supportive before. I know that I felt that a lot, and I do try to keep my overall themes out of a collective reading, but there seems to be a trend for a lot of us. I mean, the world has been crazy for a long time. Things haven't felt the same since I was I look back to when I was a kid and it's like, this doesn't look like what, or felt like what I thought life was going to look like or feel like. I mean, come on, we don't even have floating cars yet. Like, what? No, I'm kidding. But on some level, the things that were supposed to get good didn't seem like they got good. It seems like there are a lot of missed promises, and a lot of people are looking for fulfillment in things that we used to get in life, but seem to be hard to find and coveted or sacred or hidden. And maybe there's a reason that we're going through some type of drought and we're not feeling fulfilled, because it helps us to appreciate them even more when we find them again. I know that it feels like I'm getting my sunshine back, if that makes sense. So, wow, and there's a lot of energy. I just realized how fast I've been talking this entire time. Okay, I'm gonna slow down. If you need to go back and adjust the speeds, sorry, but I got taken away. That was quite the channel. You really are moving away from something into such a beautiful life. I mean, it also makes me think of like quantum leaps. A lot of quantum leaps happening, timeline shifts. And all of this happens with just you deciding that you want that in your life and not doubting it and having certainty. Because whatever we need to create externally, we need to create within us first. So, again, with the Empress, or the High Priestess card that had come out, the 10 of Wands, the 2 sixes we have here, there's been a journey and there's been success. And maybe not everyone is seeing your success, and it can be hard because it feels like they just see the mess, not the success. That's not theirs to know. We're all here to have our own individual journey. And when we have our own individual journeys, we just need to keep trusting sometimes and relentlessly trust that you're doing what's best for you. That's really all we can do. You know, you got to put I'm seeing the air mask on your mouth first before you can help others. And I've always been a preacher of self-care above all. Not too selfishly, you know. We do have the Hermit though, so it doesn't seem like that is something that would be far off of an idea for you to go into an isolation mode. I've had a couple dark winters of the soul for myself, so I see so much beauty in darkness anymore. Being alone has taught me so much self-love, and it's not only that, I have time to just sort my thoughts. And I think a lot of the time when we're go with other people's expectations and obligations in our lives, we don't take a time to really just sit with your thoughts. And I know people talk about meditation like that, but it's funny the intellect can come when you stop with the outside pressures and really just say, you know, I need to know what's going on with me for like an extended period of time. And it looks like you've done that, and you've done that successfully. I really love this card too. It has fireworks in the back. You've got your beautiful lantern, a tall flowing robe on the elephant just speaks of just intelligence, patience, wisdom, timeless intelligence as well, possibly really good intuition. So through these isolation phases, if this is your reading, you know what I'm talking about. This is not a reading for every schmojo. Not everyone has the tests and the battles and the trials and the curses and the whatever your story is. Not everyone has those. Some people just get the life where they get to be the non-character player or whatever that's called. And that's fine. I used to have resentment for some of those people because my life has always been so challenging. And people look at me and think, oh, she must have an easy life. I don't know why people think that. And they think, oh, she must be with someone, when I'm honestly usually single. So it's interesting when people make assumptions based on what they see versus what your actual journey is. And your eyes are the only eyes who have seen these journeys. So I'm really proud. Oh, I just got emotional. I'm really proud of you guys. This wasn't something small. And that sucks. I'm sorry. But this wasn't expected. Okay, let's see what else. We'll pull a couple more. Two more. Oh, and my root chakra just totally zoned in and like tingled. So something big is happening. This is a huge activation day for everyone. And you guys have been doing the work. This is so exciting. Justice. Man, that just like made my energy go boom and grounded me all over again. Um, it's interesting because justice initially makes me go, ooh, ooh. But right now, oh, you got two to end. Right now we're seeing justice in a different way. I'm assuming I'm talking to the healers, the chosen ones, the deeply intuitive groups, the people who have been walked on, the people who are sent to be the test for other people in their lives. And if they mishandle you, that's their justice. So a lot of people in the spiritual community right now, I didn't personally get this, but I got it a ton coming at me, was that they're building a table, and their feast is based, the feast that you go into, this next chapter that you go into with High Priestess, your Six of Swords, is going to be so glorious that this is part of their karma, and it's important for us to be part of their karma. And though we hurt them, and I don't have any hate towards anyone in my heart, I worked through not even ever using that word. That word is very rarely used in my vocabulary. I send people who hurt me love anymore. I don't want to hold on to these things and let these people live vacantly in my head. So it looks like you've done that as well. And with these hermit modes, there's a lot of alchemy that comes through hermit modes. And what I'm getting is that you found a sense of self, Six of Wands and Hermit, a sense of self to get to the High Priestess, and here you are, and just you living your beautiful life now and being happy is justice enough, one, but I'm also hearing that there is so much more to come. There's so much more to come that you can't even imagine. You can't even imagine. So there's some things that are coming. You've done great work. Again, I'm so proud of you. I'm not going to cry again. I might cry later, but not on the same topic. Oh, okay. I'm not really surprised to see this card. Okay. There's a lot of self-doubt going on in the air. I don't know how to describe it. I recently jumped into something and I went in feet first, blind, and it didn't quite work out the way I expected it to. And though I didn't take it hard and it wasn't like some big to-do, there was a bit of like, well, why? And what the F? And I'm starting to shake that today. I feel like that's a bit shaking, but I felt that come through the last little while. And you know, that happens in life. I would say that's a common trend that I see in life. And the more we can recognize this, the more we can take a hold of it and realize this is just a natural part of the process. I feel like every time you take a step up or a step to a new place, even if it does work out the way you thought it would, let's say it did and I did all the things and it was so cool, but it didn't. Either case, I did something big and I would have come home with some sense of, oh, why the hell did I do that? Who the hell do I think I am? I need to shrink down. Oh my goodness. It's natural. Our brain is trying to keep us safe and keep us away from these things. So if you are feeling this energy right now, I want you to know that it's not yours to feel. I've heard this great advice. I wish I knew who, but not mine. And it was just basically stating when you're feeling anxious stuff or energy that you don't necessarily want to hold, even if it's yours or someone else's, because we do overlap energies, is to say, I feel this energy in my field, whatever the energy is. I feel this anxious energy. I feel this self-sabotage energy, whatever the energy is that you're feeling. And it's interesting because you still know it's there and you're still aware that like, hey, I could dive into that emotion if I wanted to. I could choose that emotion more than I choose to believe in myself if I want to. I'll feed that wolf. Or it just kind of becomes like this neighbor, and if you don't want to talk to your neighbor and you don't want to get into that today, you don't got time, don't. So it's this really cool thing. I love this trick. I hope you guys try it. And if you do try it, get in the comment section, let me know. Or if you're feeling this energy, because it's this beautiful thing of like when you, I'm imagining this big beautiful door with like spring flowers all over it in the middle of the forest, and you know that this is a magical door, and you know that this door is going to be like, fuck, everything changes. Sorry, that was worth it. Everything changes after this second. You're going to be a little nervous going into this door, because even though it's beautiful and even though everything's going to be better on the other side of it, you're still facing an immense amount of change. And today is that change. And I feel that a lot of you are having possibly a little bit of self-doubt with the Devil card popping out, but I feel like the strength is more than the weakness. And I do believe that this crowd here understands the term don't get too high and don't get too low. I didn't understand that until recently. I needed to elasticize my emotions and go through every piece of them before I could understand that. And hopefully you didn't have to do that in your journey. But I did. So if you relate with that, I'm in the channel for you. Okay, and the last card we're going to pull out of this deck is Four of Pentacles, which is a great energy. That's foundation. That is strength. That is feeling like you're standing on your feet in comfortable shoes. You feel solid in the ground. There's some grounding happening. And it, again, has to do with more than just money. I know people with pentacles. Money, family, success. It's internal fulfillment too. And it's a beautiful card to pop out right after the Devil, because if you can continue to bet on yourself and remembering those small things you do every day where you continue to choose yourself versus choose the fear will change your life. And you've got, we're good. We're in a good spot. There's going to be monies coming in, but I'm not going to say you're going to get famous overnight if you're a creator or anything crazy like that, because that's not going to be true for everyone. And that's not what I'm seeing here. But I'm seeing that your work is paying off. And this is a great foundation for you to leap into another new chapter and open that door in the garden. Okay. Beautiful. Let's get some other cards out. I'm on to this guy. Already popping out. Abundance. Abundance, abundance, abundance. I love how it looks like an orange too. Just so bright, citrusy, delicious abundance. Imagine it. Imagine like citrus just raining in your life. Abundance comes from inner fulfillment and outer effort. So see how these themes that I'm talking about completely match up, man. These things are so crazy magical. I love doing this so much. I'm so proud of myself for posting my first video. Because I made it. This is where my signs were leading me to. And a whole lot of other stuff to come. So I hope you guys looking at my big shoulders when I lean over. Understanding is the key to deep connections. Yep, that hermit mode that we were talking about. Excuse me, hermit mode. Couldn't say that. Such a beautiful card. I love how it has the keys unlocking the hearts. It's just, that's it. That's exactly it. You just gotta find your keys again. Stop listening to other people when they say, oh, your key's over there, your key's over here. I've got your key. You need to do this to get your key. No, that's actually super wrong. And I'll tell you when you're wrong. I'm an FAFO type of girl. I will tell you when you were wrong. Okay. Okay. Light dispels darkness. Keep your inner light shining bright. Yep. Get that Devil energy up out of here. And this is so true too. I've realized the more I just do things I love, and the less I stop beating myself, the less I let other people live around free, the more I say, I honestly get to the point where instead of thinking something about my past or whatever, even if I'm not thinking love and light, I just start thinking future, 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 future. And I just don't. I'm not going to my past anymore. I've thought about it enough. This last retrograde, my brain was like a movie of pain for 3 or 4 days. It was something else. So you don't have to be love and light all the time, but you just keep yourself from going, and like I was saying, don't go too low, don't go too high, don't go too low. Feel it, but we're not in a place of that right now. The purge should have happened this winter if you went through it. Or in the last 2 years, there was a lot of like eclipse, intense sessions that lasted a long time. My last eclipse thing, being Aries and Libra a lot, kicked my butt. And it was affecting a lot of other people because that's balance. I mean, Libra is the balance of the universe. So everyone felt it a little. I definitely know I felt it. And if you continue to go towards the light, we've got a lot of prosperity. So these cards are pretty positive. I mean, they don't really come out and say, get your shit together or anything. Those are not, these types of cards really pretty, but, yeah, things are looking good, kiddo. Things are right on time. And awareness. See, right when we were like checking in. Yep, we're right. You do have the awareness that you think you do. You do have the knowledge and the tools that you think you've earned. Now it's time to go test them. We're done with this one. Okay, what else we got? What else we got? Sorry. Ew, I just love that. And awareness is such an undervalued skill. Awareness is such an undervalued skill. I mean, if we're going to get scientific, that's my other channel. But if we're going to get into some weird stuff, realistically, just having an awareness and observing things can alter the steps and next steps in the universe just by being aware and observing something. Can change something. What? How does this atom, how does this thing even know that it's been observed? How do I know how to observe it? We all have this skill. We all have this skill. It's instead of getting involved and getting high or low, we just are. It's like when all these times when you're listening to these meditation people and you know, you can't get it until you get it. Everybody has their path. You're supposed to get it at a different time than your neighbor gets it. But this whole flow of, you know, just be one with the universe and it'll all be better. Be. It's like, well, what does that mean to be? Well, it means not to get too high, not to get too low, not to absorb everyone's energy. You can observe it, and you should observe it, because that's going to change the outcome. You should step back and think and not interact with it. Crazy. Things start changing, and rapidly as well. Okay. Yes. B. So we got soothe. The flower on the card is camomiles. I'm gonna get out the book. I love this. This is by a watercolor artist. I kind of wish she would have colored it all in, but they're pretty nonetheless. And I really like the book. It gives you like tricks on tips on how to use the plants. It's called Hedge Witch. And then we have Juniper, Invigorate. So I love those. Soothe, but let's get to work. What's the next project? We should be getting downloads today. I've been getting downloads. I started singing my silly songs that I sing where I like make up songs as my affirmations, and I did it like 4 times today. I haven't done that in weeks. So something's changing, and I kept telling myself I'd been doing a lot of writing, and the writing had stopped too. And you've got to trust the process. And when you feel like it's away from you, don't get too worried about it being away from you, because you kind of start to push it further away by being worried. Just let it flow. When it's away, it'll come back. Everything has a flow. Once I realized everything has a flow, and there's highs and lows in relationships and success and everything, and when you don't get too emotionally attached, you don't get stuck in those patterns as deeply either. So I hope this is all making sense. I'm sorry to kind of go off on this. Okay. Let's see. Pause this for a second. No, I'm not. I lied. I don't want to edit it. We're just raw dogging it. This one just doesn't have. Kind of goes out of order. There we go. Okay. Just a little, not a lot. The oracle property of soothe reminds us to care for ourselves and others, especially in times of stress or difficulty. No matter what problem or decision you're facing, a calm, thoughtful mind always will help you move forward in the best way. This property may also indicate that now is not the most prudent time for confrontation, breakup, or change. Starting, not shifting, not breaking, not rebuilding. Starting something. Sometimes ruffling your or other people's feathers can calm a situation. Take that back. Sometimes unruffling yours or other people's feathers can calm a situation that looked like it was headed for confrontation. Diplomacy is often the best strategy. Okay, love that. That is perfect. Perfect. Where am I? And sorry about this. The allergies are kicking today. And I'm not editing, so. Okay. Juniper. The essential oil of juniper is brought. Hold on. Some passages are a little different. Don't be mad at me. Okay, we're gonna go with it. Oh, it's here. The essential oil of juniper is bright and pine-like, which is very invigorating. The oracle property associated with this plant, to invigorate, is to revitalize, animate, and bring fresh life to something. The oracle card is called to wake up and smell the proverbial coffee of life. One of the tarot cards we can associate with this plant is the Two of Swords, which calls for clear sight and decisive decision-making. Juniper, ruled by the sun and bringing clarity, can also be an antidote of the Seven of Cups, which indicates that you may be lost in murky or dreamy world or a victim of deception, which is why it's important right now. Something's happening. The Devil card that's out. I'm having an old thing that doesn't go away, ever come back again. And I'm looking at myself and saying, have any of these past times when I've gotten involved or I've cared more or I've acted excited about it done anything? No. Quite the opposite, actually. Like, me even involving myself in it creates more of a conundrum, even though I'm not the issue. I'm not going to explain it. I'm not the issue. Promise. So, this is beautiful. Don't fall for everything that's going on around you. Stay centered. You've done the work. You are where you're supposed to be. It's also that thing right now of where, like, you get tested right before something's really gonna come in. Like, it's really that close. It feels that close. I heard a quote the other day I loved. It said, if you knew you were 30 fails away from your dreams, how quickly would you start failing? Left and right. I'd be failing left and right. How quick could I get through 3 failures in a day and I wouldn't cry about them and I would be stoked to fail? What a wild concept. I really like how that changed a lot in my mind. It really rechanged a lot of the chemistry in my brain in one quote. So I'm always looking for things like that. All right, we're getting close to 30 minutes. So I'm gonna do one last badass affirmation card. These are the cutest. These are little spunky, so gonna be cursing. Sorry about the F-bomb earlier, but that's just kind of how I roll. So if that's not your style, I apologize. I'm sure you can find a message elsewhere, but I need to be myself, so I'm gonna be me. Okay. Oopsie, got 2. I smile because I am in love. I smile because I am love. I love that. This is a reminder that you are vibrant, delicious, and beloved heartbeat of the world. Your unprecedented beauty and exuberant soul twinkles so bright that it lights up all of 79 of Jupiter's moons. Your smile is so superfragilistic, expialidocious, that all the planets turn into puddles of bright red blush every time you flash your icy whites. The trumpets sound and confetti explodes. The cosmos of love blows a kiss. Not only are you in love, but you are of love too. You always will be. To infinite and beyond. To infinity and beyond. The universe is wet for you. I love all of that. That's so perfect. That's so perfect. High Priestess, baby. Okay. This is the action card too. Perfect little reading today. Thank you, cards. Thank you, cards. It was so perfect. I put the brakes on social media shakes and connect my vision to the stars. It's asking for action. And if your social media is your action plan, I understand that, but I would challenge you to do things that inspire you and spark your heart right now so big, because you can get some really big energy and momentum going through the next 3 months if you do things that light you up. So even if you are on social media or an influencer, get off your phone a little bit, put it down, do things that make you have fun and make you forget about your phone. You don't want to check your statuses. You're having so much fun. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm having so much fun. That type of stuff. So it says, why social media can be an exciting place to make and maintaining friendly connections. It's also a black hole of feasting interpretation gremlins who grab your attention, manipulate your emotions, and trap you into the grass is always greener mindset. It's cool to have people over so you can tell all your stares. Sorry. It's cool to have people over so you can all stare at your phones. But wait, no, it's not. That blows. It's time to slap yourself in the ass and reclaim your energy, time, and powers. Take a hiatus from social media or friends who are boring and you feel like it's like, after you hang out with them. Or you feel drained, especially if you feel drained. Only hang out with people that, like, I went out Friday night and I kept saying, I can't believe I've laughed this much tonight. And I kept laughing 4 hours. It was the funniest night of my life. Everything was so funny. That type of shit. Unless it's a fuck yes, it's a fucking hell no. Take a hiatus from social media for a day, a week, or even longer, and refocus your energy on your visions. If you're distracted, many magical moments will escape your experience. The stars await. So that's my reading. This is my first one, so I don't have any clicks or anything for you, but come back. Please subscribe. I'm dope at this. I'm excited to share it. Love you lots.